Можна? Так. Доброго дня, шановні журналісти.
Зараз у нас ще 30 хвилин.
Good afternoon. I'm happy. I want to thank everybody who joins us here in the Ukraine Media Center Ukraine Forum. My name is Olga Atamanova. It's been 9 years of the war, and today is day 407 of the full-scale invasion of our homeland by Russian aggressor. And I traditionally want to thank the representatives of all the mass media who tell the world the truth about our heroic resistance in this war. And now we invited you for a presentation of the mobile application created to help in search of our children. It will be presented by Oleksandr Fatsevych, the deputy head of the National Police of Ukraine, and Doura, CEO and co-founder of Find My Parent, who will be joining us online. Mr. Oleksandr, we know that with the beginning of the war and full-scale invasion, we started facing the problem of losing our children. Their families are being lost, they cannot get reunited further on, and obviously police helps them in this. So how this application would help? Why did you decide it was necessary, and how to make use of it? Thank you, dear journalists, my colleagues. It's no secret to anybody that starting from the 24th of February, the lives changed for all of us. Yeah, we all started facing the new challenges, and the most vulnerable from the beginning of war were our children. Since the beginning of the full-scale invasion of the Russian forces into Ukraine, National Police received more than 11,000 reports about lost children. 381 children are still on search. Almost 20,000 Ukrainian children were deported, and according to the information promulgated by the aggressor, 744,000 were deported. We know that those figures will reach several hundred thousands. According to the data from international organizations, more than 2 million Ukrainian children were forced to live abroad, and more than 3 million were internally displaced. Is almost a half of children's population of Ukraine. And within this system of coordination, which also includes the National Police and international partners, we set up close coordination with Find My Parent, American company, which is specialized in reuniting the families using the technologies of artificial intelligence. The National Police and representatives of that company jointly developed Reunite Ukraine application with a part of the mechanism for search of the lost children. In view of the necessities of our country under the conditions of war, is the universal tool for searching of the lost children and reunification of the families of the internally displaced, those who were forced to leave Ukraine or were illegally deported to Russian Federation, Belarus, or temporarily occupied territories of Ukraine. The main purpose of this application is reunification of the families all around the world. The application is simple. You only have to make a couple of steps to start searching. Download Reunite Ukraine from App Store or Google Play. And to protect personal data of the child, the system uses multi-level investigations, multi-level verifications, such as check of documents and so on. So you have to create profile, add pictures, add description of yourself, add personal details of yourself and your family. The more information you upload, the more efficient is the search. On the other hand, the child itself or a person who represents its interest may also create their profile in the application to search for their kids. The technologies of artificial intelligence matches your data with the data of your families. The profile is being processed by the system of face recognition and then matches you with other profiles. In case of matching of two profiles, the Juvenile Prevention Police verifies the information, and then those verified by the police get notifications and are allowed to exchange messages. And this is how they get reunited with their families wherever they are. This is one of the instruments for search and reunification of the families. Why is it important for us? Any instrument, if we find at least one child using it, if we get at least one family reunited, that's a small victory. Small, but still with every single such step, we will be able to return all of our children back. For us, is the instrument to find those children in the territory of aggressor state or Belarus, where those children are kept illegally. We can get the information in the safe and secure way from those who are not indifferent. We get the information from those people in the occupier state and in Belarus, so those people can get those children documented and provide that information to us, and we will take all the steps possible to promulgate the information regarding this application. Well, and it's my pleasure to introduce CEO and co-founder of Find My Parent, Daniel Doura. I will ask our technical team to show Ms. Daniel. Ms. Daniel, why was it your decision to take part in development of this product, and tell us about your role in its development? Thank you.
First of all, I would like to thank all of you for having us here. The launch of Reunite Ukraine in partnership with the National Police of Ukraine exemplifies the impact we can have for our children and families when the nonprofit sector and law enforcement work hand in hand. Find My Parent would like to take this opportunity to thank the leadership and officers at the National Police of Ukraine and the Juvenile Prevention Department for helping us adapt our technology to the specific needs of the Ukrainian population and the law enforcement agency mandated with searching for missing persons. With the power of technology, we can ensure that children are reunited with their families faster and more efficiently, reducing the harm and risks children face when separated from their families. Now, Find My Parent first built its artificial intelligence technology because our team has been personally affected by abduction. My co-founder's children were abducted by his former spouse, and so we envisioned developing an easy-to-use mobile application that children and families could use to reunite. When the war started in Ukraine, we watched with the rest of the world as millions of children fled the country, some all alone. We saw pictures on media of children with their parents' contact information written on their backs with markers. And we knew that without a proactive tool to trace and reunite these families, these children are extremely vulnerable and at great risk for sexual and physical exploitation, even human trafficking. At this point, we knew our technology could help these children, prevent them from going missing in and outside of Ukraine, and reunite them much faster with their families, wherever they are in the world. This will be the first time Find My Parent has replicated its technology to a volatile emergency situation, the conflict in Ukraine. We are proud to be able to use our technology to protect Ukrainian children. And we hope that in the near future, our technology can empower all children who have been separated from their families due to migration, conflict, natural disasters, abduction, and human trafficking. Find My Parent strongly believes in a child's right to their families and to both parents. And we are beyond thrilled to be working with the National Police of Ukraine to fight for this right for Ukrainian children. Thank you.
Дякую вам, пані Даніель, дякую за допомогу і за те, що долучаєтесь і підтримуєте нашу національну поліцію.
Thank you, Ms. Danielle. Thank you for getting engaged, and thank you for the support of our national police. Thank you. Dear colleagues, if we have any questions on the floor, Olena Litvinenko, Ukrinform, I'm having a question to Mr. Fatsevych. Just a couple of weeks ago, the police stated about the reduction of activity of this movement Reunite in Ukraine. Can you tell us what is the phase that the investigation is on regarding the spread of this Russian subculture, and can you confirm that there are no cases of intensification of activity of that organization in Ukraine? I cannot give you exact information as to the progress of investigation. The parents were brought to liability for non-proper education of their minors. We reacted to all the facts and communications from and reports from the citizens about the meetings of the representatives of that subculture. Mostly meetings were organized by the organizations which were countering this Reunite organization. We were tracking the Telegram channels, but it's been a couple of weeks that we didn't have any such facts communicated to us. Thank you. Dear friends, we have another video about the application. I'm asking our technical team to launch the video. Do you know that in Ukraine there were almost 20,000 children missing since the beginning of the armed aggression? And a lot more could have disappeared outside Ukraine. As the conflict unfolds, more people risk being separated from their families, including children. Find My Parent, in partnership with National Police of Ukraine and the Department of Juvenile Prevention, they announced the launch of the free mobile application, which will facilitate search and reunification of the families with their close ones. The application may be used even for recognition of the deceased persons, so that their families could get the information about their close ones perished. You can use your phone number and location to get your location verified, and you may be able to create the profile with all the necessary information. Everything you need to do is to fill in certain details, and then the application uses artificial intelligence for processing of your information, and the match of details will be verified by the police of Ukraine to ensure safety and security of the families. After your profiles match, you may start exchanging the messages. The application is available in App Store and Google Play. It uses artificial intelligence to ensure highest standards of data safety and security. Find and download the application now in case you need to find your close ones. Civil society, hospitals, shelters, non-commercial and other organizations should download the application for more efficient operation. Mr. Oleksandr, the last question, is the application available for download right now, today? Are the juvenile policemen ready for implementation of this policy and start supporting people right now? Yes, it is already available now. It can be downloaded. It could have been downloaded even before this presentation. I downloaded it. I've checked it. It works. It's available. Our policemen, they are the moderators, and they have the access to the application in case there are matches and we get reports about the matches. We get reports that the family found their children, so thank you very much, dear all. Please use the application, download it and use it to the full extent. Joining us was Oleksandr, Fatsevych and Doura, and at 14:30 we will have another briefing dedicated to the situation in Sumy region, so bear with us, trust in our armed forces and work together for our victory. Glory to Ukraine.